they want to. Hey, good morning, guys. Nice to see you. Come and say hi to me. I want to show you how I got this one client of mine to get their staff to 4 times their wage. We say we can't get to that magic figure of 4 times wage. I'm going to share with you today. I had a conversation with a client of mine literally about 3 days ago. How she did this, we gave her a little tip, and I want to share that tip with you today, the world of how easy it is to get your staff to 4 times their wage. So if you've got some staff at the moment and they're really struggling to actually get to the next level, I'm going to show you what we sort of shared with her on a coaching call and turn this around. Now, we all have staff at the moment that need to hit X amount of money. Hey, Scott, how are you? It might not work 4 times wage for you, Scott, but how to smash the world of how much your staff do. And this is in the head. We forget one thing. When I used to go to the gym, and you guys might be the same, and you go on the treadmill, you feel you can't run that fast, or you feel you can't run that far anymore. It's a bit like trying to run a marathon. My daughter did a marathon run, so it's a pretty big marathon. Apparently it's one of the worst things she did. Hey, Scott. And she's a 24-hour freaky mountain bike rider, so she'll ride non-stop for 24 hours, no sleep. You know, pretty cool to try and do something like that in the head again. So how do we do that? So for me, I wanted to break this down to really simple. We gave her some tools, as always, like we do with people that are in our group. We gave her the tools, but that still didn't work. So there was a little tip that really made that aha moment, and I want to show you what it is. So we have, for example, here, most people set their targets here. 3 times wage. That's where we seem to set everyone's target. So you've got your staff and go, right guys, your commission is this, and I want you to get 3 times wage and I'll give you X amount of money once you actually get to that level, right? That's what most of us do. It's pretty simple. We give, by the way, I prefer to do a 30%, anything above their 3 times wage or 3.2 times their wage. I do that, but a different story for a different day. But let me just pull you back to this a second. This is where most people hit their targets. And most people that I see, if I see a salon owner right now, they'll be sitting around about here. They'll sit about 2 times wage, which is the reason that you guys are in the war zone. It's the reason why you're not making enough profit. 2 times is just enough to cover bills and pay their wage. It's crazy stuff. By the way, you guys in America, 2 times is where you sit with commission because you're 50-50. So it's really tough. It means you've got to go really high top end. You've got to do 20,000 a week is your key. Okay, so how do we get this? This is the secret. Now watch this. This is the secret how we get here. I want you to lower that target down to where they are. Let's talk about 3 staff members, right? Just for example, we've got staff member 1, staff member 2, and staff member 3. That's what targets they're hitting at the moment. One's doing just above 1 times, one's doing almost 2 times, and one's almost at 3. This is how you get them to 4 times. It sounds crazy, and I know what you're thinking here, guys. Richard, what are you going to tell me? How's it going to work? I'm not going to do that, but do it, please. It will work. I promise you. It worked for this lady. So bring the targets down to where they are now. Let me just say that once more. Bring their targets to where they are now. If this person is on 1.5 times their wage, that's where they're sitting at the moment, bring their target down to 1.5 their wage. That's their target, and reward them if they just hit it. Then, once they hit that target, give them the commission. Lower the commission down, don't give them as much as what you would at 30%, but bring it down to their level. I promise you, it'll fly through the roof. This is what happened to this lady. We said, bring the commission to each person. Bring it down to where they are. That's what they know they can do. They know they can run half a mile. Let's make them run a mile. Just up it a tad. And then, once they hit it, we up it by 100. And they hit it, we up it by 100. And we hit it, we up it by 100. We introduced this into a salon only 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to tell you what happened. We had stylist, it was actually an apprentice, was here, and she ended up here, right? That's where she ended up. This stylist here, she couldn't get her for 2 years to hit target, ended up at 4 times. She's done that 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks. She is smashing 4 times. She's like, I cannot believe how much money we're making in the salon right now. Because You tell her to do 3 times their wage. They think, I can't get that far, Richard. I just can't get there. No, because you've never been there. You've never been rewarded. You've never been high-fived. You've never been able to hit targets. So what we do, we bring the targets down to their level. And then we start them off wherever they are. I don't care where your staff are at the moment. Bring the targets down to their level. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? Bring them down and then increase them back up. I assure you, 3 weeks in a row, they're going to be smashing it and then lift their targets again to where they are. I'll give you an example. I used to go to this guy, Jamie. He is a fitness mental person. On the beach, we used to go for a run. And we used to sort of run to the flags and back. It was like, I was always last. I'm not a good runner. You know, the fat bloke on the end always just runs last, right? But what he did, which was amazing, was he set me off. He timed me and went, okay, it takes you 4 minutes, Richard. It takes the fastest guy 1 minute. So guess what he did? He gave me a 3-minute head start. Now, I've got this head going, I can actually win this race. We're both working as hard as we can. We're both equal. When you bring this down to their level, the head changes and they actually can believe they can hit these targets. I promise you. Hey, Amanda. They actually believe it. So the tools that we need, like we have to give them tools. They can't just, doesn't happen overnight. But we have to give them tools. So we do the client journey. Hey, Natasha. We give them the client journey, we give them tools, how to do retail, how to do a great consultation, but that's not enough on its own. We need more. And this is the key, is bring the targets down to your staff's level, because they know they do that. If your staff are doing 1,000 a week and you ask them to do 3, they'll know that they can't do that. They haven't got the people. They cannot physically do that. In their head, they've given up before they start, and you're just going to be nagging them. What about if you said to them, look, hey, Tracy, for the last 12 weeks, you do 1,000. She knows she does 1,000. Hey, yeah, I do 1,000. What about if you do 1,100 today? That's it. Bring it down to their level. I want you to do 1,100. That's your new target for me. Yeah, I can do that. I can do 100. I'm doing 1,000. It's just one more client. I can do that. Yeah, of course you can. So there she's hitting 1,100. In a few weeks' time, after you've high-fived her a few times, you're up into 1,2 and 1,3 and 1,4. And you keep, and they know. But promise me, you won't be as slow as that. They'll just go, whoop. Because once they believe in themselves, you're giving them the tools, you're giving them the clients, like you've mastered how to get clients through the door, you've mastered how to give them the skills to do a good consultation and do good work. They are going to fly. And I assure you, they'll smash 4 times their wage. Smash it. This particular client sort of said to me, hey, Richard, you sure this is going to work? I went, cool. It works in every salon we've brought it into. It's worked in every salon that I've got. My apprentice's target is 1 times wage. And once they hit that 1 times wage, we up it by just 100. That's it, just 100. Sometimes they'll miss and then sometimes they'll hit it. But you know what? They can actually believe themselves. They can actually believe in what they need to do. It's pretty cool and pretty amazing, I think. Same as your team. If your team is stuck on 2 times wage and you can't get them past that, teach them how to do good consultations, teach them how to sell retail, teach them how to give love to the client and bring them targets down to their level. Guys, that is awesome. Hey, good morning, Christine Mills. You still have not called me. I'm sitting here waiting for that phone to ring. It hasn't happened yet. I'm going on holiday in a week's time, so you're going to lose the spot pretty easy, but it's nice to catch up with you. Guys, this is the key to getting your clients, to your staff to actually earn and produce more and more. It's as easy as that. Having the staff meeting, let me read that, Natasha. Let's have a look. We are having the staff meeting this Saturday, 1 hour booked out. I'm going to introduce the client journey. Good on you, Natalie. Yes, work on it. And thank you, Marie. Natasha, the secret to paying them, because if they don't drastically increase with it. Nicola, you're paying them regardless, which is what you're doing. You're paying them regardless. Bring it down. I'll give you an example of what I do. So Nicholas, what I would do, because I know you're in my group, I can tell you this quite simply. When they hit 3 times their wage, I give them 30% commission. That's what I do, right? When they're down here, I only give them 10% commission. I don't give them all the honey in one go. I just give them 10%. Once they get up to here, I might increase it to 15 or I might increase it to 20. But I promise you, once they know they can hit it and they hit their targets, they will fly. But you've got to give them the tools. You have to teach them how to do good consultations. You have to teach them like how to treat a client in the salon, how to do this journey well. That's part and parcel of what you do. But bring the targets down and it'll happen. Thank you, Leanne. I think you guys, let me see where you guys were. It's just, Marie, you know that, it's true. Natalie, your team meeting, once you've done your team meeting, Natalie, you've done your client journey, the secret is the follow-up. Remember, we teach you 1, 2, 3, 4. The secret is you've got to watch them week after week and find out where they're weak and coach them. Coach them completely. Let me find out what else you've got here, guys, you're saying to me. Yeah, bring it down. Good on you, Nicola. Good on you. Any more questions, guys? I'll have a great day. You're meant to be paying. Let's see what you've got here. Especially if they aren't bringing enough money to pay for it. Yeah, Nicola, don't give them that much. I mean, you think about it. 1 times their wage. Let's say they do $1,000 for you, Nicola, and you give them 10%. You give them $10. It's not a lot of money. Oh, 100, sorry. But it's not, 100's not a lot because they will beat that. Promise me. I promise you they will do really well. Give them the tools and they will bring home the bacon. I promise you that. Let me see where we got. Yep. Cool. Any questions, guys? I'll answer it. If not, I'm getting out of here. It's just wanted to, if you've just jumped on board and you want to see what this is like, bring it into your business. It makes a massive difference, making people believe in themselves. I'll give you an example. I wasn't going to talk about this, but just off topic a little bit. I had a 3rd-year apprentice that couldn't cut hair for toffees. She was fantastic at cutting hair, couldn't cut hair for toffees in her head. Right? Stupid, but you probably get the same. So we sent her on a really advanced cutting course on her 3 awkwardest problems that she had with cutting, and came back and absolutely smashed it when she went away and come back and learned it from somebody else. So you probably get someone who's like a 3rd-year apprentice, just about to go on the floor. They physically don't believe. Give them their friends. Give them a freebie, they smash it out of the park. They're fantastic because that's what they're like. Self-confidence is really a bad thing. It's a killer for most people. So we had this thing that when we had a high-class salon, she found it really hard that these people might complain, they might be scared, and she was scared to do that. So what we did, we sent her away and got her some teaching. It worked really, really well. Is there a way to do this with a self-employed basis type salon? Jeanette, no, not at all. And they don't need to. If they're self-employed, they should be self-motivated, and it should be down to them, not you. That you're just a landlady renting out space in your salon. That's a fact. Why would you want to teach them anything? You know, that's just the way you are. Sorry, guys, but that's the way it is. But yeah, so for me, think about your new apprentice or your staff member that is really scared, who has a little self-belief. The secret is to get them to self-belief. Same as this, bring the targets down, they know they can hit it, they'll smash it. You get them some really decent stuff, it'll make a big difference to their business. We need to figure that out. Another story for another day, but I'll talk about the stylist I had that worked for me and how we overcome that and how she was my biggest earner and smashed me out the park once we gave her some confidence. But it's the same as yourself. Like, you probably feel that you've got a ceiling, or you think you can only earn in your business. Like, we can only do 8,000, we can't get above that. Really? That's in your head. It is. I know for a fact I can get you 30% increase in 12 months. I know I can. I'm doing it week in, week out with people in my lifestyle salon systems. They're smashing it because we chip away at certain things. Just your focus gets done like that. Your stylists are the same. Nag them all you want to sell retail. Nag them all you want to actually get more money. That won't happen. You're going to have to give them the tools and some self-belief. It works, and it works well. Guys, have an absolutely awesome Thursday evening if you're in the UK and in the US. If you're here in Australia, have an absolutely smashing Friday. It is, for me, it's been a crazy time. We got smashed yesterday by the storm. Anyone here on the Central Coast got smashed with hail? We got absolutely battered. Towels all over my office. It is crazy stuff. But there you go. That is the way the world is. Living in Australia, it is frantic. All the good, all the bad as well. Guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Pleasure. Staff meeting now in diet. Yeah, Amanda, block it in. And with your staff meeting, find out where they are. Walk into that staff meeting standing tall. Who am I talking to? Amanda. Stand tall with proof in your hand. Hey, Debbie, you normally hit 2.5. I know what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to bring your targets down to 2.5 plus 100. And then when you hit it 3 times, we're going to up it. I'm going to give you some go. Do that. It works really, really well. Beautiful. Hopefully, guys, it has been awesome. I'm going to catch you again. Thank you for your time. Let's go and earn some money. Let's get ourselves a lifestyle salon. Totally agree, Richard. Although I would like to talk to you later about freelance just back from UK, looking at their system. Have a great day. Leanne, you should talk to me. I've just been back from the UK as well. We're probably in the UK at the same time. Yeah. talk to me. Hit me up somehow, and I'll send you a link to book a time in my diary. Not a problem. More money for the silly season. Hey, Nicola, the good thing about it, by the way, guys, I'm going to start thinking about some Christmas stuff for you to get out, hopefully shortly. For you, Nicola, especially. More money for silly. We actually want the staff to actually feel like we talk about the Kim Kardashian moment. This is part of the Kim Kardashian moment. I'm out here, guys. Catch you soon. Bye now.